Quiz time. The answers will follow the question slide. Questions. Number 1. Expressways are multi-lane roads that don't have A. Traffic lights, B. Railroad crossings, C. Stop signs, D. All of the above, E. All but B. Number 2. Another name for an expressway is A. Turnpike, B. Highway, C. Freeway, D. All of the above, E. All but A. Answers. Number 1 was D. Number 2 was D. True or false? Number 1. Pedestrians can walk on the side of expressways. Number 2. Bicycles can be on expressways if there is a bicycle lane. Number 3. Animal-drawn vehicles cannot be on expressways. Number 4. Motorcycles and scooters can be on the expressway as long as they have a 150 cubic centimeter displacement or less. Number 1 was false. Number 2 was false. Number 3 was true. Number 4 was false. Questions. Number 1, you should signal and start looking for an opening in traffic on the expressway on the A. entrance ramp, B. acceleration lane, C. merging area. Number 2, true or false? You speed up in the merging lane. Number 3, true or false? You shouldn't stop on the acceleration lane unless there isn't an opening in traffic. Answers. Number 1 is A. Number 2 is false. Number 3 is true. Questions. Number 1, who has the right-of-way on the expressway? Cars on the expressway or cars entering it? Number 2, most exit lanes for expressways are found on the A. left, B. right. Number 3, true or false? You need to signal when you wish to leave an expressway. Number 4, true or false? It is okay to make a last-minute turn to an exit ramp. Answers. 1, cars on the expressway have right-of-way. Number 2, B. Number 3, true. Number 4, false. Questions. Number 1, true or false? On expressways, you drive in the right lane and pass on the left. Number 2, if there are 3 lanes on the expressway, you drive in the A. right, B. middle, C. left lane if you want to go a slower speed. The A. right, B. middle, C. left lane is used for passing. Number 3, true or false? You cannot stop on the pavement, shoulder, or connecting ramp of an expressway unless it is an emergency? Number 1 was true. Number 2 was A and then C. Number 3 was true. Questions. If you do break down on the expressway, park completely off the pavement for no more than blank hours. Number 2, what signals other drivers that you need help? A, raise your hood. B, tie a white handkerchief to your antenna. C, tie a white handkerchief to your left door handle. D, all of the above. Number 3, true or false? You can never back up on an expressway entrance or exit ramp, even if you are going the wrong way. Number 4, true or false? You can never drive on or across a median strip, but you can park there in an emergency. Number 5, true or false? You cannot see as far ahead or to the side when you drive at night, and headlights from oncoming vehicles can reduce your vision. Answers. Number 1 was 6, number 2 is D, number 3 is false, number 4 is false, number 5 is true. Questions. Number 1, low beam headlights are only effective for speeds up to blank miles per hour. Number 2, true or false? If you drive at higher speeds, you should use high beam headlights. Number 3, do not use high beams within blank feet of oncoming vehicles. Number 4, use low beam headlights when you are within blank feet of a vehicle in front of you. Number 1 is 20 to 25. Number 2 is true. Number 3 is 500. Number 4 is 300. Questions. True or false? Your eyes may have to adjust to darkness if you leave a brightly lit place. Number 2, true or false? It is a good idea to look at the headlights of oncoming traffic so you know how fast they are coming towards you. Number 3, when you see a vehicle with one headlight coming towards you, you should A, move as far to the left as possible, B, move as far to the right as possible, C, stay in the center of the lane, D, do nothing. Number 1 is true, number 2 is false, number 3 is B. Number 1, true or false? You are not allowed to slow down and yield to an animal in the road. Number 2, what is the first thing you will see if an animal is in the road? A, their eyes reflected in the headlights. B, a silhouette of their form. C, their blood when they land on your windshield. D, you won't see them. Number 3, true or false? You should be careful when approaching someone leading or riding a horse at the side of the road in order not to spook the animal. Number 4, true or false? You should only use low beams during twilight hours. Answers. Number 1 is false. Number 2 is A. Number 3 is true. Number 4 is false. Questions. True or false? You should use parking lights when you encounter rain, fog, or smoke. Number 2, when driving in heavy fog, you should use A, your emergency flashers while driving, B, your air conditioner or heater, C, your windshield wipers, D, all of the above. Number 1 is false. Number 2 is C. Questions. Number 1, if you are driving in the fog and can't see well enough to continue, what should you do? A, stop on the road and turn on your emergency flashers. B, pull off to the side off the pavement and turn on your emergency flashers. C, drive really slow with your emergency flashers. D, drive really slow with your high beam headlights. Number 2, when it is raining, you should plan on blank times the normal stopping distance. Number 3, blank is when your tires ride on a thin film of water like skis. Number 4, what 2 things tires need to keep from skidding? Number 5, what should you do? Number 5, what should you do if your brakes are not working? Answers. Number 1 is B. Number 2 is 2. Number 3 is hydroplaning. Number 4 is right air pressure and good tread. Number 5 is slow down and gently press on the brake pedal until they are working again. Finished.